Hey guys, Romie here. So please like, comment, subscribe. Look, How to Get Away with Murder, Season 3, Episode 13. It's War. The episode starts off with Annalise. She goes back to her house, which we know is blown up. So now that can't be her command center. It's going to be weird. It's going to be very weird. But actually, next week's already the season finale. So we're going to find out who killed Wes. And I already had a feeling that some real silly foolishness like this could possibly happen. Uh, Annalise, she's going and she's talking to Nate, and Nate lets it be known that, all right, Annalise, here's what's currently going on. The DA office, they're on some bull, and they're trying to accuse me of being the one that killed Wes. Atwood. It's Atwood. Atwood has went and transferred Wes's body. I know it. They forged my signature. Well, no, yeah, they forged my signature onto the, body relocation forms for Wes, and I'm just over it. But there's actually more. I was there at the house, and that may come out, and it's gonna be an issue if it does. I was there at the house, not when it blew up or anything, but originally I was saying I didn't see Wes, and I did. We had a conversation. The conversation had to do with him saying how, of course, I knew that he was offered a deal for immunity, and he already left on his own free will. It looked like, I don't know what his ultimate goal was, but I do know that he was there and he wanted to protect you. He said that people were making you out to be this bad person, that you weren't this bad person, and Wes definitely still had Annalise's back, which I thought he did. I really, regardless of Wes kind of cracking a little bit, I always thought at the end of the day he still had Annalise's back. And because Wes, when he was talking to Nate, let me know, look, here's how this actually works. Regardless of how it looks like, I always got Annalise, always. But Nate's crying because he feels guilty. He feels guilty that I guess he left. The DA office called him to see, do you know where Wes is? He's like, why would I possibly know where Wes is? And he hangs up, and he's showing Wes that he is still on his side, Annalise's side, and Nate feels like, dang, if I just took Wes with me or something out of that house, then maybe he'd still be alive, because he was still alive in the house. Because I got there first, and he got there after me. And Annalise was like, don't beat yourself up. No, this is everyone. Everyone played a part in what happened to this boy, and it's not right. It's not right. And Annalise now has to go and talk to what's left of the King Five, and she's on this whole tip of peace and unity. She just wants it to be known, okay, so how's it been going? Everyone, Asher, of course, there to support her. Michaela's just like, okay, what's the plan? Laurel is over it. Laurel's like, look, Wes is dead, and you're sounding like a punk right now. You're sounding like a punk. You want us to go and just tell us what you want us to do. Because this whole manipulative, soft-spoken, oh, I like you guys, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to use you, but not really use you. She's over it. So she wants to go and leave. I'm thinking, Laurel, you are so ungrateful. You are so ungrateful. And I'm thinking, you've liked Wes for maybe a solid year max? What, maybe a solid year max? Annalise has been watching out for Wes for years. And then Connor, which his whole MO is, I can't trust her. I don't know her. He goes to Oliver and tells Oliver that we need to see what's going on with the phone, because if we can do that, then maybe I can decide if I'm going to protect this woman or not, even though I really don't care. Because it's about Wes. He died this horrible death, and it just seems like no one cared. And Annalise, if she had a hand in it, even though she's trying to pretend like she's this goody two-shoes person, even though she's never said that she was a goody two-shoes person, essentially, Connor's trying to do everything he can to make sure that Oliver goes and cracks the code that he put on the information, so that Connor can see what was actually on Annalise's phone. And the whole time, Oliver's trying to see, okay, Connor, where did you say you were? What did you say you did? Okay. And he's logging that because that comes into play much later. Bonnie has a talk with with Frank, and lets Frank know, here's how this goes. Annalise is out, she's out, but we have to figure out our next plan. Don't go run in guns blazing. You need someone to represent you because this next court case is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Annalise already told Laurel you need to back off because Laurel's convinced that it's the Mahoneys. And I will say, I'm glad at least someone is checking into the Mahoneys because why not? Why not? And why not? I'll tell you why not. The Mahoneys are crazy. Annalise, she's thinking about what happened to Wes and the conversation she had with Nate. So she decides to type up this op-ed. It's essentially letting it be known the corruption and the foolishness that's going on at the DA office and how it's how Annalise is being charged and it's not fair and it's not right. Laurel, on the other hand, she calls this guy named, what's his name, Howie? She calls him because she's looking into the death of Wes and trying to see how the Mahoneys played into it and trying to get evidence. Annalise takes her frustration and she's like, I am not a loser. I am not a quitter. I'm going to use everything that I can to make sure that we win. Laurel, as I said, she's trying to go and see what information can she get on Atwood because she feels like there's no way that Atwood has that Atwood is just here and doing this off the kindness of her heart. We already know that. We already know that. Annalise then goes over because she needs to talk to the judge. She needs to talk to the judge and lets the judge know, here's how this works. You're either going to go and do your job and open an investigation on Atwood in the DA office because a body is missing. They're doing everything they can to pin on me instead of trying to find the body. Don't you think that's kind of weird? Don't you think that's kind of odd? What? Do you not even realize what's currently going on? Do you? Hello? Do you? Bonnie now, and the judge is like, are you threatening me? She said, look, that was a threat, but it will be if you don't do something about finding this boy's body. I said, ooh, Annalise. And the judge looks shook. That's my thing. Annalise is able to get away with this because legally, she may not be wrong. She may not be wrong. Bonnie is having a conversation with the DA office, and again, it goes nowhere. They're trying to see, Bonnie's trying to see, maybe I can go and get this thrown out. Maybe if we can go and, put the focus back on the body. But the DA office isn't budging. They're not trying to give Annalise any more help, any help, any assistance, throw her a bone, nothing. They're trash. And Atwood's really getting on my nerves right now. Truly getting on my nerves right now. Michaela is trying to at least attempt to have somewhat of a normal life. So she's studying for school because they still have school. Connor and Asher are going back and forth regarding why Annalise might have done it. And it's not Asher. It is Connor. Connor is trying to convince Asher, no, how can we know for sure that Annalise didn't do it? You see how she's been acting, you see? She called us all to the house. This is like, yeah. So regarding us all going to the house, what about you? What about your phone call? And then Annalise calls. Annalise calls Michaela. And Michaela just lets me know, everyone is fine. Everyone is grieving. We're all good. Annalise tries to do the, I knew you were a strong person. I knew you had it. That's why I knew I had nothing to worry about if you were handling things. Now, I will say, Michaela has been doing a great job putting out the fires. We have to give credit where credit's due. She's been putting out the fires, and she doesn't want Annalise's congratulations or, kudos because she's been doing this on her own. Some people feel like Michaela might have done it. I feel like Michaela wants to be Annalise, but not to the point where she would kill Wes to get him out of the way, to get her out of the way. No, I don't think that. I just think that she has a headstrong personality. And Michaela says Annalise is just trying to thank this girl, even though we know that there's always a slight ulterior motive. And Michaela knows it as well. That's why she says, I'll keep doing my job. You keep doing whatever. I'm thinking, you little rude. See, I love Annalise. So when all these kids are rude to her, I'm just like, someone needs to backslap all of them except for Asher and sometimes Michaela because she is keeping this group together. She is. I have to give it up to her. You would think maybe Vonnie would have been the person, but no. Nate, again, goes to the judge as well because he's trying to let me know, Atwood, you need to put the focus on Atwood. I didn't do this. This is my signature, but I wasn't the one that did it. The only person who would have had access and even thought to come up with this plan is Atwood. She's the person closest to me. The judge is like, okay, this sounds cute and all, but no dice. Annalise is talking to Nate, and it's another dead end. So now they have to come up with this new idea. Annalise then goes to Oliver, and I was like, oh my gosh, Annalise! Now Oliver is trying to snoop onto her phone, so the timing was very eerie. And she said, I appreciate you, Oliver. I appreciate you immensely. What you did for me? You did more for me than some of my students have ever done for me. So I have to give it up to you. Now, he was just like, you don't need to go and butter me up. I appreciate you so much, even though you're going to go and snoop on her. I appreciate you so much. What do you need from me? Do you want me to do some hacky again? It's hacky. No, something much simpler. She wants him to, anonymously leak the fact that the article that she wrote on herself regarding how the DA office is using their bias against her in this court case instead of trying to find a body that is missing. Conspiracy? I'm thinking, dang it, Annalise, this might have been too much of a forward move. Michaela realizes, all right, Laurel, this is cute and all, but where are you? She goes inside of Laurel's apartment because she realizes, why is someone's here? And the guy goes and leaves. Laurel tells them that it's a private investigator, that she's investigating the Mahoneys, and she's like, why does no one seem to care about Wes's death? And look, which I've been saying this whole time as well. The paperwork shows that the Mahoneys did they did a DNA test. And of course, Wes is related to the Mahoney that got shot and killed. Now, that's what I'm wondering. On the phone call, did they hear Wes say, I think you may be my father? Because unless they already put two and two together that, oh, maybe he's the boy that Wallace talked about a while ago. Who knows? All we know is that Laurel isn't going to stop. Michaela's like, you need to chill out because this is not helping our case. This isn't helping Annalise. It's like, helping Annalise? What has Annalise done for me? What's Annalise done for me? The president goes and gives Annalise a call, checking up on her little bae, and Annalise is just like, you know what, I'm fine, I'm great, thank you for your concern. The president definitely always came off desperate, and I didn't know what angle it was. I didn't know what her angle was. A lot of people felt like it was concerned. I was thinking, dang, Annalise, don't play this too hard, because you at least need someone to show, even if it's fake, that they're showing some form of concern for you. She was saying, maybe if you can go and to a couple of meetings with me, just spill your guts. Spill your guts. That's what she really wants. And that's the vibe I was getting. This is a little bit too much now. Something doesn't seem right here. Something seems off. And it's not maybe the form of what I thought, which was maybe something sexual. I'm thinking it's the latter, where there is another conspiracy. But Annalise comes home, and now she has to come to the realization that Laurel went behind her back and ran a DNA test. Got the DNA test that the Mahoneys ran on Wes, and he is the son. Wallace is the father. Annalise says, I'm trying to protect you. No, you're not doing anything to protect Wes. You want us to be strong, put our faith in you, but it's misguided. What have you actually done for us? And Connor's like, yeah. I'm like, Connor, shush. Laurel, you're pregnant, so I'm going to give you a pass for now. Annalise is like, I want to protect you guys because I understand what it's like to go and be on the other side, to be the good guys wanting to fight for something that's right. But I lost my baby because of it. I lost my baby. They went and they killed my baby when I was on the court case against them. When she said that, everyone had that look of, I mean, it was at the same time. We were all like, and they killed my baby. ooh, ooh, just a little, ooh. Uh, and Laurel still is on this whole mantra of I don't care. She basically told Annalise that she doesn't care and that someone needs to go and look out for Wes. And I know you weren't his mother or anything, but you said you're going to look out for him. And it hurt. It hurt because if someone like you isn't going to help him out, who is? Annalise is still dealing with her sobriety, and she's, in the bathroom. That's where she has her Vicodin, and she also has some cough syrup. Remember, Annalise was borderline becoming an alcoholic, and she was just trying to numb the pain, emotional pain, and psychological, physical pain as well. So she takes the pills, she opens them up, she thinks about taking them, and then she closes it. I was like, Annalise, stay strong, because she's also out, and they may do like routine drug tests. I don't know. That could be the case as well. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. Annalise comes out of the bathroom, and that's when Asher was there. And I know a lot of people don't like Asher. Well, I've been liking Asher these last season and a half because I genuinely feel like Asher is a decent person. I just think that he doesn't have that much of a spine, and so that's why he got caught up in a lot of stuff that he got caught up in. But he seems like a decent person. He seems like he has the same emotional IQ as Wes, except for he's not as unstable as Wes was because all the stuff that happened to Wes. So he's just like, look, everything sucks. I'm sorry about your baby. I'm sorry about Wes. I know people's giving you crap about all of it. Not all of it, but Wes. I definitely don't think you're a bad person. At least said, you don't need to defend me. You don't need to baby me. But I slightly appreciate it. At least someone isn't a monster on this team. Thank you. That's not what she said, but I'm saying it for her. Why did Asher go and tell that to Michaela? Because why are you going to give her that sympathy? It's annoying. Why would you do that? I don't understand you. I'm thinking, Michaela, I get it. You're emotionally wiped out from having to go and baby all these people, but you need to chill out. You need to chill out with this. And Connor said, why are we looking at, not Connor. Asher said, why aren't we looking at Connor? What do you mean? And Kayla said, we're family. We're a dysfunctional one, but we're supposed to be family. I'm thinking, if you're family, how would you leave Wes out, don't be on Nicole and blaming everything on him so much? Like, I guess that's how some family does things, so maybe that's accurate. Mind you, she was like, yeah, we're supposed to be family, but how are we supposed to be family when, at the end of the day, you're trying to blame Connor for something that we don't know what he did? Asher's just trying to let me know Connor is a suspect. We don't really know what he's been doing. We know that he didn't really like Wes, and we know that his story doesn't fully check out regarding the timetable between, the hospital and who he was with. There's a huge gap. Like, what are you talking about? Michaela said, don't say a word about this ever again. And even though I appreciate Michaela's strength, sometimes I feel like, look, Michaela, you want to be Annalise so bad, but you're not doing the Annalise thing. Annalise would at least go and check up, even if she said she wasn't going to go and check up. Oliver, he's still trying to break into it. And Connor finds out that, wait, you saw how Annalise looked? Yeah. So Annalise was here. Yeah. So, Connor, I have to ask you something. What did you say about meeting Wes or not meeting Wes or knowing about taking the phone call in your voicemail? Because I'm looking at this right now, and you definitely checked your voicemail. I don't know. I'm thinking, oh, Connor, what did you do? We knew you had some type of involvement. You keep playing the blame game. You had some involvement, and you don't want us to know. All right, got it. Got it. Bonnie tries to do some damage control with Laurel and tells Laurel, Frank's been asking about you. I understand your stuff with the Mahoneys is definitely valid. Right now, we just need to figure out what we're going to do, though, because it's very touchy. You have to be very safe regarding that. Oh, Lord, remember, Annalise is staying by Bonnie's. So Frank calls looking for Bonnie, but it's Annalise. And Frank essentially tells Annalise, I will do whatever it takes. Just tell me, it's just like Bonnie. whatever it takes to make sure that we all get out of here, just let me know. Just say it, and I'll do it. And Annalise hangs up the phone because she wasn't ready for that type of conversation. She was not ready for that type of conversation. Next phone call she gets, it has to do with the judge, and the judge says, "Look, Annalise, these old games might have worked, but there is definitely a conspiracy theory going on, and they want you out, so we're pinning this on you. Don't worry about how we're going to figure it out that you were the one that leaked this. This smells like your type of MO regarding the press release, the pseudo press release with all stuff that's been going on in the case. If you pull this stunt again, not only will I revoke dismissing the case, I'll bring up new charges on you." I'm thinking, I'm so tired of Annalise, it's not even funny. I am so tired of Annalise, it's not even funny. Annalise is just looking at the paperwork that shows that, of course, Wes was the son of Wallace, and Wes dying because of the Mahoneys. That possibility, she feels like it could be a possibility as well, and it's just eating her up inside. So she looks in the cabinet, this time at the cough medicine, so that she could get drunk off of it and a little high. Thinking, oh God, Annalise, come on, Annalise, you're strong. You are a strong woman. You can. So she goes and talks to the president of the school, and the president of the school, Annalise is apologizing. "I know I can't represent you in your case." "No, it's okay. You have your own case to worry about." I'm thinking, okay, that's cool and all, but Annalise, when the president keeps talking, because she keeps doing this stuff to make it seem like she's purposely trying to drop Annalise's guard. So Annalise realizes they got to you. The DA got to you. What did she? Your kids. She said that she would be able to represent you and get you your kids back, didn't she? Don't lie to me like I'm stupid or I'm crazy. Tell me the truth. Yeah. But you would have done it too. Kids, Annalise? Kids? Annalise said, touche. And I'm doing it right now by getting up and leaving. So yes, for everyone who felt like something was off, including myself, with the president of the school, now we know the DA got to her. Maybe initially it was partially because of the school, but then the school on top of the DA meant that this woman could never truly be trusted. And thank God Annalise never dropped her guard regarding that. Now they have to figure out another way that they can spin this. They don't know what they're going to do because it's just a really dire situation. It's a dire situation, but Bonnie and Annalise figure out, okay, we need to use Frank. We need to use Frank during the court case. Michaela is trying to stop, Asher, from going and spilling the beans regarding how Asher feels about Connor, what he thinks Connor did. So during the court case, you gotta give it up to Frank. Frank definitely sounds like someone who doesn't know the true legalities regarding this, but he went and he brought in the receipts. He said, here's how this goes. I'm not even focusing on Annalise over there. I'm focusing on the romantic relationship between Nate and Miss Atwood. Yes, I'm trying to tell you guys that this whole case is a fraud. It's fraudulent. Why? Because here's my evidence. Here's the call logs. Here's this. Here's that. This needs to be thrown out. And where's the body? The body was moved by the DA office. The DA in particular was Atwood. She's doing this because she was with Nate. Nate was once with Annalise. It's this whole web. It's this whole web that's being contrived in order to go and frame Annalise. She's trying to use the past history against her, which means that there's bias, which also means that the Sixth Amendment right is not being upheld here. And Donnie's just like, yep, we agree with everything that Nate is saying. Absolutely, keep going. Frank is saying, keep going. Because originally, Annalise didn't want Nate to be thrown under the bus, because Bonnie was thinking, maybe we can use Nate and throw him on the bus. He said, absolutely not. So instead, they're going to have Frank do it. But do it in a way where Nate will be able to get off scot-free. And they're just sitting back watching Frank like, oh my God, you a G for this. Everyone's looking at this like, what type of spin is this? The judge says, you know what? your candor, it's a little forward, and even though you've said some disrespectful stuff, you're right. The Sixth Amendment right, um, and all about due process, fair trial. This can't be a fair trial if now a body is missing, but we're still trying to move forward and say that everything is still well and good and still done properly when there's been collusion, when the person in charge has allowed these people to fraternize, even though they both had some personal relationship issues with the person on trial. I'm gonna have to throw this. I'm gonna have to throw all this out. No, none of this can be used. None of this can be used. Instead, we are gonna launch an investigation into the DA office to see what's going on there. We need all of your information, Atwood, so that we can place you at the scene of the crime. And Atwood had that look of, oh God. Part of the King 5 looked like, did Frank really do? Did Frank come up with all this? Atwood was talking to her boss and says, look, you don't have to go and investigate. I'm just going to have to tell you what happened. Nate comes to Annalise's car and says, it worked, Annalise. Annalise is trying to apologize. She said, no, it worked. You are a genius. I love you, and I knew I should have trusted you all those years ago because your plan, it was genius. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. Atwood had to admit the fact that she moved the body because we knew she did it. We knew she did. I knew she did. I knew she was trash. Now the second part to that is she working with the Mahoneys? Annalise then goes to Laurel's house to let Laurel know, but Laurel was still upset. Laurel was still giving her the cold shoulder. Annalise said, here's the thing. I look the way that I do because I don't know how to feel. Wes wasn't my son, but I loved him all the same. And I don't know how to fix this situation. I don't know how to bring peace to you or to honor Wes. I don't know how to do any of this. So that's why I feel the way that I feel, and I look the way that I do. And you have to give me some slack because, and Natalie starts crying, so Laurel starts crying. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I wanted to protect him. I wanted to protect all of you, and I failed all of you. I'm thinking, oh Lord, Annalise, Mama Bear, you didn't fail. This was a bigger conspiracy against you. And look, so clearly some people with some money were trying to pull some shenanigans. So she says, you know what, Laurel, they burned the body. And when she said that, I figured, wait a minute. So now you're telling me that Wes, his body is quote unquote, he's dead, but now there's no body to... Do you really want me... Look, we're just going to have to accept the fact that Wes is dead. We're going to have to accept that fact. I still, in my heart of hearts, even though I feel like he's dead for real, I have hope everlasting that there's some stupid Shonda move, some stupid, genius, brilliant Shonda move to go and say, he was dead on that table. Those were some burns that we recreated, and he's, just vacationing in Tahiti somewhere. But he just wants a fresh start. He was trying to actually get away from the Mahoney's. I don't know. I was hurt when I heard that news. Connor, everyone's there, and they're kind of talking about, okay, what's going on. Connor admits to the fact that Oliver has the information from Annalise's phone, so we're going to find out what she really did. And Bonnie has this look of... Asher says, you know what, enough is enough. I think that Connor did it. There's this loophole between time frames. We don't really know what Connor did before he got to the hospital. He said what he said, but that doesn't sound right. And again, I'm thinking, yes, that just seems, come on, 6 hours? 6 hours, even for Connor, it doesn't make sense. Oliver says, look, you need to tell me the truth because I actually called the dude that was supposed to be my dude that you ended up sleeping with, and I found out that you weren't there as long as you said you were there. I'm thinking, dang, for Oliver to actually call the person who he was supposed to be in a relationship with, that his ex went and slept with the dude. Oliver might be becoming a... Oliver, you can take Connor's place. Even though you irritated the heck out of me at the beginning of the season, you can take Connor's place because that's how much I'm done with Connor. He says, so are you going to tell me the truth or not? Why does the call log say that you were actually You met up with Wes, didn't you? You saw Wes. You're trying to make it seem like you didn't, but you saw Wes. And next week, we're going to see the fact that Connor, not only did he meet Wes after Wes got out of the police station, there was also, Connor looked like he was trying to resuscitate Wes. I don't know if they enacted some plan. I don't know if he found Wes like that after they had a scuffle. I don't know, because Wes didn't look like he had a bruise or injury. That's why I'm trying to figure out what is going on. But Connor is definitely lying and try and cover himself, which I knew he was. He kept trying to place the playing game on everyone else. Who killed Wes? We're going to find out next week in the 2-hour finale. It's also going to be what do you call it? It's going to be essentially 2 episodes in one, because it's 2 hours from 9 to 11. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Come back next week. Let me know, because I knew it. I knew that there was more.